All right, fam, what is up? So in this video, I'm going to share with you the breakdown of my $10 million net worth at the age of 41 and how you too can accomplish it as well if that is your goal. Because my story did not happen overnight. It happens over time. So I believe that if you have the visions, if you have the commitment, if you have the work ethic, if you have the ambitions, the drive, all right, you too, my friend, can, all right, accomplish it as well. You too, my friend, can turn your goals, your dreams into reality. And I'm going to share with you the breakdown. This is something that I have never, ever shared before, all right? And a lot of you have been asking me because I made a video say, hey, I have a net worth of at 41. And you guys were like, obviously, want to know what it all consists of and how I was able, all right, to arrive where I am today at 41. Now, what I'm about to share with you is not to flex, it's not to brag, but all to is inspire you to let and give you the self-confidence, all right, that you too can do this, because I am just an ordinary guy, all right? I was born and raised in Vietnam. I came to America at the age of 9. I dropped out of high school when I was 17, met my wife at the age of 18. We live in this little shed behind a mobile home park. My first JO to B, I was making $8.50 an hour. So if you were to ask me at the age of 18, 19, right? I would have, dude, I could tell you, I couldn't even imagine affording to buy a house, let alone have a net worth of $10 million. So a lot of times I'm telling you, if you trust the process, if you have faith, all right, and just trust God and let go and let God takes over, and you just take that first leap of faith, take that first step and just put in the work and just put your head down and just grind. And I promise you, God does wonders, all right? He'll take you to places that you could have never, ever imagined of. And I use God because, dude, I would have not be here doing what I do if it weren't for God, my friend. Number one is God. Number two is the wifey, right? She's the one who motivates me, pushes me to become the man I am today, all right? So I'm going to share with you exactly what it consists of. So listen, if this video inspire you, motivates you, and give you that self-confidence and that belief, then be sure to, boom, smash the thumbs up. Facebook family, show me some love. And if you're new to the channel, then boom, smash that subscribe button. Welcome to the Wholesale Community Club, and let's rock and roll, okay? So first off is obviously the $10 million consists of, obviously, you know, cash, okay? So Lauren and I have liquid cash, all right? I can't tell you how much. We have liquid cash, okay? We also have gold and silver. Now, Lauren is more heavy. Lauren is a big believer in gold and silver. For me, I mean, listen, I do believe having gold and silver is great. I think it's going to appreciate over time, yada, yada, yada. But I'll share with you why I'm not I'm not heavily invested in gold and silver. Lauren does, okay? And we bought gold and silver way back, okay? That's why the story that I'm going to share with you, this is a climb to the top. This is a climb, and it's a struggle. Like, Lauren and I are really feeling it. All right, it wasn't like all of a sudden we wake up and then the next year we're worth $10 million. And this is why I believe that my stories will give you that self-belief and the confidence that you too can accomplish this if you just give it time. Be patient, all right? Now, you got to be impatient, all right, in your short term, but be patient in your long-term visions and your long-term goal, because nothing great was built overnight. Rome was not built in one day. It was built over time. Everything that's worth having did not happen fast. It happens over time. All right, my friend? So I want to make sure that the mic, YouTube family, how's the audio? Good? Facebook audio, is it good? So comment in and let me know. So gold and silver, okay? We also have crypto. Now, I am more believing, so for me, if I were to have the choice, I would have definitely take silver and gold, and I would have rather go all in into crypto But obviously, Lon likes the diversification, all right? Lon is more gold and silver. I'm more like the believer in the crypto guy. That's me, okay? So we got liquid cash, we got gold, we got silver, and obviously, last but not least, is real estate. And you can see that we don't own any stocks. No stocks for Lon and I. I don't understand it. I don't know anything about stocks, okay? I understand crypto. I'm not an expert, but I do understand it. I do believe that our future, will merge into digital currency. There's no more paper. There's no more paper. There's no more paper. It will be digital, crypto. And I do truly believe that Bitcoin is here to stay and it ain't going to go anywhere. Yes, it's going to fluctuate. It's going to go up and it's going to go down, etc. But I do believe that's here to stay in the long run. Okay? This is going to be our world. Dude, our world is going to be like iRobots. Imagine that. Imagine that there are going to be robots among us human. And listen, I'll get into that later. Just so you guys know, China is 10 years ahead of us. And we call them the third world country. I don't know if we call them that anymore, but they are 10 years ahead of us. Rich people in China have robots as their maid, as their assistant. They go and clean their house and cook and clean, right? You don't have to put a ring on it, right? But anyways, before I get into that, the majority of our 10 million comes from real estate. Okay? This is where majority of them come from. But let me tell you how Lon and I was able to own. So currently right now we own 14 rentals and then we have one Airbnb, all right, in AZ, which is Arizona. Like I said, if you were to ask me when I was 18, 19, hey, Khang, dude, I would have said, dude, I don't even know if I can afford a house, let alone owning 14 rentals and an Airbnb. My crypto portfolio is looking very good right now, okay? But majority of our net worth really come from real estate. Now, so Lon and I, we typically buy between one to two property that we hold per year. And the reason why is because it helps offset our taxes because the amount of income that we're making. Our active income is way too much that we need to buy 1 to 2 property. We should buy more. But let me explain to you why we don't buy more. So Lon, her goal is to get these paid off, not to own more. So Lon, she doesn't want to own a bunch of real estates that basically has a bunch of debt on it. So she doesn't want to owe a bunch of debts. She'd rather own less, but have them pay off, and our cash flow will be more. All right, so our cash flow will be more because when you pay them off, that's when you really, right, get the cash flow from your rental. Is when they pay off. Okay, so that's why we only pay 1 to 2. If it was up to me, dude, I would do it a whole different way. Now, there's no right or wrong way to do it, right? Lon likes to pay them off. She likes to have less, but pay off, because she's more of a conservative investor. I'm more of a risk investor, more of like a high risk investor. I'm the guy that wants to own a lot and then leverage them all, right? Leverage it just like, rich dad, poor dad, and just like all the other rich people do, right? But once again, right? Lon is more like a Dave Ramsey when it comes to real estate and owning it and having it paid off, okay? So, right, once again, there's no right or there's no wrong way to do it. You choose what you want to do that fits for the lifestyle, okay, that you want to build. So, Lon just texted me this morning, and my phone we're live on Facebook as well, so I can't show you the text. But she's like, Khang, I want to spend the next 5-9 years. I want to build our active income, pay off as much of our real estate as possible, and then within this 9-year, Khang, I want to get to $100,000 a month in passive income. And that's Lon's goal now for the next 9 years, is to get our rentals. We're going to continue buying, but then by the end of the 9 year, have all of the rental pay off, own it free and clear, and it produces $100,000 a month in net passive income. This is how much we take home after expense. Once the mortgage is paid off, everything else is just baby, right? Little tiny bit, not a big deal, okay? So I'm going to share with you how are we able, and once again, this is something that I've never talked about. Why are we able to buy 14 rentals? Why are we able to own 14 rentals and an Airbnb? And majority of mine are paid off, like we owe very little on them. So there's a lot of, so the equity is very massive. For example, let me erase this, okay? Let me erase this, okay? And I'll tell you where we get all of our money to be able to own all of these rentals. Lon and I own it 100%. We don't have partners in any one of our business or our investment. No partners, just Lon and I. Now, I believe I'd rather go slow and steady instead of going fast and bring on a bunch of partners. I don't want to, like, hey, if I decided to paint that house blue or pink or rainbow, I don't need to call Adrian and say, hey, Adrian, let's have a conversation. Like, I want to be able to make my own decision. I want to be able to call my own shot. Okay, and for a lot of you, you like to do syndication. You like to bring on a lot of investors, but you have people now that you have to report to. I don't want to be that. I don't want to report to anybody. Now, the only person is the bank. And obviously, that's the goal, is we're trying to get rid of them as well, right? But it's going to be over time. So let's talk about this, okay? So once I lost track. So, okay, got it. So our 10 mil, 14 rentals, okay? And let me share with you where we're able to acquire. Oh, I was talking about one of my property. So one of my property, we bought this probably 7 to 8 years ago. I bought it at the time, I bought it for $400,000. The day that I signed the paper to buy this property, this apartment, is an apartment. It's a 6 units apartment. It's my trophy apartment. I love this rental so much. I don't think I'll ever sell it, okay? I love it so much, okay? It's just like my first trophy piece of real estate. I bought it for $400,000. The day that I signed the paper to close on it, that property is actually worth 500 G's. In an as-is condition, I instantly made I got an instant $100,000 in equity the day that I signed that piece of paper. Guess how much it's worth now? We just got it appraised. It's worth about $1.1 million. How much do I owe? At this time, we put $100,000 down, so I only owe $300,000 on it. It's worth $1.1 million. So Lon's goal is, next thing, we got to pay this off. So this is just one of my example. Okay? Now, how am I able to get this such a good deal? Well, that all comes down to is my active income, my skill set, which I'm going to share with you guys right now, is that before you think about building wealth, you need to focus on one thing first, my friend, is get rich. You got to get rich first before you start building wealth. I bought my first rental property. I was making $50,000 a month already at the time when I bought my first rental property. So my goal to you is you need to get at least to $25,000 net, like take home a month before you think about buying rental property. So once again, you cannot build wealth without getting rich. And you're not going to get rich by working at a job if that is your only income. You need a high income skills, a skill set that you can learn, you can master, and then build a business out of that can eventually make you $100,000 a month. Who here is into learning a new skill? Who here is looking to build a second stream of income? Who here is looking to build a business that eventually can get you to $100,000 a month? Comment in the chat, Facebook and YouTube. Comment in chat and let me know, and I'm going to share with you what I've been doing for the past 12 years to accumulate over, now we're doing 7-figure a year to allow me to own 14 rentals, and we're continue buying and putting we had cash aside, we got crypto, we got silver, we got gold, dude. All right, so I'm going to show you what that is and how you too, my friend, can do the exact same thing. And with the game plan that I'm about to share with you, I do believe if you follow the blueprint, just give yourself at least 10 years. And I'm not saying you have to like sacrifice and don't eat and don't drink or don't party for 10 years. I'm just sharing with you 10 years, give it 10 years. I do too believe that you can get to $10 million in net worth. Okay? So if that's something you're interested in, let me break it down for you. So the biggest thing is focus on increasing your active income first. So that is strategy number 1. Learn high income skills, get your active income first. So let me share with you, okay, what that is and how you too, my friend, can do this. Now, I want to let you guys all know that Lon and I, we got to this point. It's a struggle. It's a climb. It was never a smooth ride. All right? So I want you to understand that. And that's why I believe that my stories, that everybody, if you can just commit, you have the ambitions, the drive, if you will to take actions and be patient, you too, my friend, can get there. Because it's not an overnight. I didn't just get lucky and then just woke up and hit a jackpot. Or I didn't just get into a business and all of a sudden it was just booming. That did not happen to me. It might happen to some people that I saw online, which is hard to duplicate their success. You know what I'm saying? Like they just got in the right time at the right moment at this, like a lot of work. And that's why I believe that my stories and what I'm about to share with you will give you, okay, that self-confidence, that to believe that you too can really do this. Adrian, like, let's go. Okay, let me check on my Facebook family. Okay, now before that, I have a little commercial break. Okay, this is, I think for some of you, this might not apply to you, but for some of you, this will apply to you, and this is the exact thing you're looking for. So I wish that 12 years ago, when I first started my real estate career, that there is a community, that I can be a part of, that I can network, that I can masterminds, all right? That I can ask questions, right? That I can go in there and exchange ideas with other real estate investors across the country, okay? So, for example, when I go live like this, right? There's Adrian, there's Antonio, there's Victory, HP, right? There's No Storm, right? You guys are all on here. But when my live goes off, boom, it's done. You go on your separate ways. You don't even know where Adrian is. Let's just say you want to do deals, you want to connect, but you can't. Now, so I decided to build what's called a school community. My goal is to bring you into a room with doers, not talker. So to me, I believe that you got to have skin in the game. Sometime in life, my friend, you got to pay to play, to be around other doers, not just talker. I've been in too many free club, and the free club, people just talk, but they don't do shit. And I don't want to be in a room with those people. I want to be in a room with people who are serious about changing their life, building their real estate business, building their real estate empire, right? Or actually growing, okay? So I decided to create a school community where I want to bring you into a room full of other doers, action taker, real estate hustler. I don't care if you're new or seasoned investor. I don't care if you're a realtor. I don't care if you're a wholesaler, you're a house flipper, you're a landlord. I'll tell you why this community will benefit you and will help you make an extra $10, $20, $30 plus $1,000 a month. Now, a lot of you will be like, well, Khang, what's the difference between being in this and just watching you online? Well, there are things that we share in there as a club members that we don't share on social media yet. You know, there's people on there that don't have social media present. And they share strategies that is working in their market. We exchange ideas together that they're willing to share with everyone in the community, not the outsider. Because they believe, hey, people who have skin in the game, that's what we're here for, to help and support each other out. Like, for example, Adrian's in it. He loves it. Okay, let's check this out. We recently just share a AI bot, which means this AI can be your assistant. It can cold call for you. It can take incoming call. It can filter and qualify the lead for you and set the appointment so you can call the seller back. So imagine if you're able, so right now, all of us are coming together, are testing this app, testing this AI app. And we're just like, hey, this is working, this is not working. So we're doing that. So there are things that we share in the community that I have not yet shared to my social media. So you want to be ahead of the game. You want to be ahead of the curve. You want to be on top of your real estate business. I think this is the best place for you to be at. Okay? Listen, I paid $30,000 to be a part of this mastermind called Collective Genius. Another $18,000 to be a part of another mastermind called The Family. So I'm a true believer when it comes to investing in your self-education and into your business. And a lot of times, you see, my friend, you just got to pay to play. There are people that will not share their tips, not share their secrets, and they will not share their strategy until you're in the same room with them. So I pay $18,000 to go to this mastermind called Family, correct? Now, once again, I'm not, listen, this is not for everybody. I'm just sharing this so you understand this might or might not be a good fit or a place for you to be at, to be in, okay? I pay $18,000 to be a part of this mastermind. We only meet 2 times a year. That's it, 2 times a year. I didn't care. All I care was if I was to be able to get one piece of information or one connection that can make me the return, dude, that's all I care about. Guess what, my friend? The first time that I was in there, I made a connection with a guy named Don. I'm now from that connection, from that one connection, I'm now making $30,000 a month. Dude, from that one connection. If I didn't pay $18,000, I wouldn't be in the same room as the guy is. He didn't have a social media present. He wasn't on social media, right? Dude, maybe $30,000. So what I'm saying here is that I created this school community. It costs you less than 2 Starbucks. Imagine if you're able to get a piece of information, a tips, a strategies, and ideas that one of the club members share, or you made one connection, just a month. You don't think that will make you more than your one? It costs you less than your 1 hour pay. Okay, just one ideas. Like you're like, okay, 29 days go by. I haven't seen anything. Like all of a sudden on the 30th day, you got a piece of information, or you got a connection that helps your business make an extra $10,000, $20,000 just from that one strategy, from that one idea, from that one connection. My friend, it's already paid for itself. What? 100 times over. So once again, if you're interested, I love to invite you into our school club. We call it the Real Estate Wholesale to Million Club. The link is in my description. Facebook family, if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, you're like, Khang, dude, that is so cheap. Let's rock and roll. Comment the word school, which is this, school. Okay, comment the word school. I'll say, Facebook, this is for Facebook. Comment or DM me the word school. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the invite, and I look forward to seeing you inside the club. YouTube family, the link is in my description. So once again, once we reach 100 members, the price is going to go up, okay? So this is for the early birds, okay? Not just all the connections, but listen, I'm giving you all my wholesaling contract, my JV contract. I'm also giving you my, my script that I charge $495 for free. And we just, and then Q, which is another real estate badass, just help me upload over 100 hours of cold calling tips that you can listen to that will turn you from a freaking amateur into a stone cold closer. All that for club member for free. Okay? Not selling shit, but the dream, Chris. Listen, I'm here not to sell you on my dreams. I'm here to sell you on your dreams. Okay? That's it, dude. So let's rock and roll. I'm selling you on your dreams, man. You know, when I first, 12 years ago, I saw people online just like this. And I'm like, man. Until you live it, you'll be like, dude, this is so real. Okay? Aaron said, I literally just joined up for school, did the AI chat call. It's a game changer. I know. Dude, the AI that we're testing out in our community, dude, that thing will literally be a game changer. And dude, so once again, imagine if you don't need a cold call, you don't need a lead manager anymore. You don't need a person to cold call for you that you pay. I don't know how much you pay for it, but if you could just get this AI app and it does it for you around the clock, bro, it's game. Victory HP said, sign up. Let's go, baby. Honestly. And there's just not just that, but there's all the tips, all the strategies, all the things that we share in there that I haven't even posted on here yet. Okay, so let's move into it, okay? So so how I got to the $10 million net worth and how I'm able to own 14 rentals, okay? And for those of you who need to understand, I'm a high school dropout, okay? I have no business degree. I have no business experience. So if I can do this, you can too, all right? So let's rock and roll. Adrian said, well, yeah, dude. No, actually, everybody on there, everybody is very active because everybody has skin in the game. Have you joined a free club before? Like if you join anything free, dude, nobody want to do anything. Okay? So listen. So what I did that helps me able to buy real estate, this is my active income. Okay? This is my active income. Okay? It's wholesaling. Okay? It's wholesaling real estate. For those of you who don't know what wholesaling real estate is, all you're doing is we're finding a rundown house with a motivated seller. Okay? And all we do is we just negotiate a deal with them to put their property under contract at a discount. And then this contract allow us to find and sell it over to what we call them the cash buyer, which is typically, a house flipper who wants to buy, fix, and flip this property, or who wants to buy, fix, and keep this property as a long-term rental. And we just sell the contract, and then we make our profit in between. My average deal is $25,000 per deal. That's my average deal size, is $25,000 per deal. Okay? So that is exactly what wholesaling is. So I was focused on this. Okay? So majority of the time, here's what I do. Okay? So here's what you need to do. So what you need to do is you need to get to the point where you're making $25,000 a month, right, from your wholesaling business. That's $300,000 a year. Okay? Now, once you hit this, this is your next move. Okay? This is how you're going to get rich, my friend, and you're going to build wealth. Okay? You're going to get wealthy at the same time. So once you hit $300,000 a year, what you need to do is every four house you wholesale, you keep one. Keep one. So every four house you wholesale, you keep one. That way you're getting rich, your active income, and you're keeping one, and you're building wealth at the same time. Now, why 300,000? Because at 300,000, if you don't start keeping one, if you don't start owning some real estate, my friend, you're going to pay at least, probably you're in the 35 to 40% tax bracket. Like that's how much you pay to Uncle Sam. So for example, if you have 300,000, okay, let's just say 300,000 minus 35%. Okay, let's see where we're at. Okay, hold on a second. 300,000, okay, times 35%. 105, right? Jeez, I'm not good with math, guys. Can someone help me out? Okay, 300,000. I'm sorry, minus 35%, 195,000. So which means you would have paid Uncle Sam $105,000. That's how much you would have paid Uncle Sam. So instead of paying Uncle Sam that $105,000, what you're going to do is you're going to take this $105,000, put a down payment on an investment property, right? So now you get to, this $105,000 is locked into this asset, and then you rent it out. Renters paying on your debt. You didn't have to pay Uncle Sam, okay? And your money is parked into an asset that's going to appreciate over time, okay? And hopefully within 1 year, you get to go back to this and then do what's called a cash out refi. Okay, cash out refi, which means you go to the bank, you'll be like, hey, you know what? I want to do a cash out refi, which means you now can pull your 105 back out so you don't have any money in this house, Okay, you pull your 105 back out. Okay, and this, my friend, is tax free. So Uncle Sam never got a piece of your 105. It's because this, my friend, is considered a debt. It's a loan. Okay. Aaron said 195 is in tax. Okay, so 195,000 is in tax. Okay, are you sure, bro? Are you sure, dude? Okay, I think it's 105. Okay, but once again, so this Uncle Sam never get a piece of your 105 because it is considered a loan. It's considered a debt, not an earned income. And that's how you get rich, my friend, and build wealth at the same time. Okay, so once again, once you get to $300,000, every 4 house you wholesale, you start to keep one, and then you do a cash out refi once a year. So next year you're gonna buy another property. You're gonna do a cash out on this one. You pull the money out of that one, okay, and now you just stack up your cash, and then you put it into another one, and then you pull it back out once a year, one property a year. That's all it is that you need to do. You see. Most people do it backward. Most people start to go out there and they want to start build up their passive income. They start to buy rental property. And that's why they're struggling. That's why they're stuck. That's why there's such thing as a tire landlord. Let me explain to you if you don't know what I mean by that, okay? Let me see. That's why you don't want to be in position where you are a tire landlord. For example, right now we do 100,000 plus a month. Let's just say that 6-figure, 100,000 plus in a month in our active income, right? In our wholesaling business, our active income. If my 14 rentals all goes vacant, do you think that I would stress out? Do you think that I would stress out? The answer is no. Okay, I wouldn't stress out. You know, so let's just say the mortgage to all of it, let's just say it comes to about 10,000, or it could be 15,000. I haven't done the math, so I don't know. Let's just go with 15,000. And if you're making 100,000, you wouldn't be stressed, my friend. You wouldn't. You know, if it all goes vacant, I'm just saying if it all, which is it's not going to go vacant all at the same time, right? But if it does, you wouldn't be stressed out. But the problem is there's such thing as a tire landlord, or people need to sell at a major discount, is because they do it all wrong. They, you know, let's just say they make between 5,000 to 10,000 a month at the J or the B, and then all of a sudden they start to buy real estate. They start to buy because they want to start, you know, being a landlord, owning real estate, and then all of a sudden this property went vacant, and now they got a mortgage of 2,000 they got to pay, and they're making 5,000 a month. Do you know, you now understand they're stressing out? Or if there's a maintenance that comes up and they have to put out 10,000 to rehab it, they're stressing out. Does that make sense? Because they're doing it completely backward. And that's why you got to get rich first before you actually start to build wealth. Make sense? Comment in and let me know, agree or disagree, comment in, let me know. So Sergio said, I made $30,000 a year at 22, bro. The only thing that you're laughing, dude, Sergio, bro, it's your bank account. Listen to me, okay? The average income. Now, for those of you want to wholesale, okay? If you want to wholesale, sit tight. I'm going to show you exactly where I get the leads, where I start, marketing my my leads. But listen, if you're making $30,000, okay, a year at 22, bro, you're way behind the game. Dude, the average income in America is right around, I think right now, you can search it up. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's either 68 or 78,000 a year. Dude, I don't know how you can live now with the $30,000 budget or $30,000 a year, man. That's like what, $2,500 a month? Not even, dude. I made $30,000 a year, dude, 12 years ago, bro. 30,000 divided by 12. That's $2,500 a month, dude. That's $2,500 a month, bro. Okay? If you're making $30,000 a year, to me, dude, you're not even trying. Honestly. To me, Sergio, Now, I say this, dude, is not to look down on you. I say this is not to disrespect you. I say this, dude, is to wake you the F up and to let you know that, dude, there's so much money out there for all of us. Dude, you're sleeping. You're walking around like a freaking zombie, dude. You're missing out on all these opportunities to make money. Dude, it has never been easier than ever. Dude, today, dude, it hasn't been easier to make money in today's world. But it also, dude, there's so much distraction nowadays versus way before, right? So, bro, if you're making $30,000, you haven't even tried. You haven't even tried. Dude, that's probably how much I make in a week. Now, I say this not to look down on you because I was the guy that started out making $8.50 an hour. Because I wasn't aware that there was something better. And if you're on here, dude, Sergio, you already aware that, dude, I can make $30,000 a week. If Khang can make $30,000 a week, why am I making $30,000 a year? Dude, Sergio, all you need to do is wholesale one house a month. All you needed to do, my friend, even if you don't wholesale one house a month, all you need is to wholesale one house every 3 months, make $25,000 per deal every 3 months, bro. That's $100,000 a year. You're telling me you can't just wholesale one house every 3 months? Bro, I believe that each and every single one of you is capable, I'm going to show you how, is capable of wholesaling one house every 3 months. Dude, that's $100,000 a year, bro. And I'm talking about something that you can do part-time. I'm talking about a side hustle now. I'm not even talking about full-time. So to me, if you're making 30, dude, you haven't even tried. To be honest with you, dude, you're like below average. Like, how can you wake up knowing other people out there that are making $30,000 a week and you're spending your whole entire year just to make $30,000? Look at how much time you have wasted. You see, I believe that when you're in your 20s, it's like your prime time, man. That's when you just gotta hustle. You gotta make as much money as you can. So by the time you're 30, you can start building up your wealth. You start buying some real estate. By the time you're 40, like me, dude, you're locked in. You're good to go. Financial freedom, bam. Long and I go for a walk while other people are grinding at the JOB. We went for a 4-mile walk. After that, I took Lon to Costco. After that, we went for an hour drive. Like every day is a Friday. I used to hate Monday because obviously it's the first day of the week at the JOB, working with people I don't like, building someone else's empire. Sunday, I was miserable because I know Monday's around the corner and I got to go to bed before 8. Now I stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning if I wanted to, but I'm old now, right? When you're 41, dude, you go to bed like around 8 or 9. Right? But just to let you guys know that there's so much potential. There's so much money out there for all of us. And if you haven't, dude, you are so much capable of more. You just need to think bigger. You see, that's why when you're able to surround yourself, that's why people say your net worth is your net worth. And that's why, Sergio, I want to bring you into a room. Cost you less than 2 Starbucks. And when you see other guys and gals out there that are closing deals that are making X amount, you'll be like, damn, dude, what are they doing? I'm not doing. What they're hustling, dude. No, dude, people that out there that makes $30,000 a year don't work on a weekend. What am I doing right now? I'm a millionaire working on the weekend, grinding on the weekend. I freaking went for a drive and I saw an estate sale sign. And this is something that I share in my school community. Estate sales, dude, it's a gold mine. I pulled in, went down and talked to the owner, or went down and talked to the executive, right, of the estates. Dude, I'm hustling. Now I'm on YouTube trying to build my personal brand, giving value and trying to grow my audience and trying to grow my followers. Dude. So why are people staying mediocre? Because, dude, millionaires, people always say, oh, you know, even if all the money goes, they give it all away, it all goes back to the rich people. It's because, dude, people just hustle, dude. The go-getter just hustle. We focus on what matters. It's getting to that money. Okay? For example, Jonathan said, Chris, send me an email. I'll send you a hub. See, Jonathan, Antonio, Chris, Sergio, once I end this live, you guys are gone. You can't connect with each other. It's done. And that's why I want to bring you into the school community. So you can all network and JV and do deals for less than 1 hour of your pay. Less than 2 Starbucks. Once again, to YouTube, link is in my description. But obviously, I just love to bring you guys all in so we can, learn and earn and grow with each other, okay? And then Facebook family, just comment the word school. Love to see you in there, man. I'm trying to grow that thing to 100 member, okay? So let's go. Now I'm going to show you, my friend, is where I get my wholesaling deals from and how can you start wholesaling today. Well, once again, the best place to start is my school community. Another best place that is affordable is my book. If you haven't got my book, Facebook family, just comment the word book, B-O-O-K. I'll send you the link to the book, okay? It's a very short read. It's not a book. Somebody comment and gave me a 1-star review because they were pissed that it's not 200 pages long, that it's not a book, that it's not a novel. They're like, Khang, this is a manual at best. Well, it's a manual. So I don't know about you, man, but if I'm trying to put something together, a bed, a sofa, a TV, whatever it is, dude, I don't need a book, dude. I need a manual. Dude, I need a manual, all right? And this is your manual. If you like something that just gets straight to the point, cut out all the bullshit, this is the only book you need, my friend. How to wholesale real estate, laptop, internet, and a phone. Let's rock and roll. And YouTube family, if you want to grab it, just go to right here, WTMbook.com. Okay? So now, YouTube family, Facebook, I'm going to shut off Facebook. I'm going to focus on YouTube because I got to share my screen. I'm going to show you guys where I get this leads from and etc. Okay? So Facebook family, if you want to watch the whole YouTube, come and join me live on YouTube or comment or DM me the word wholesale. I'll send you a link to the YouTube video. Okay? Bye. So let me shut this off. Okay? So now I can focus on here. All right, YouTube family, you're in for a treat. Okay, so let me share with you exactly. Here's how we do it, okay? So the biggest thing is 99% of our deals come from off-market. This is not 2008. This is not the time where you get deals on the market. There's not a bunch of pre-foreclosure. There's not a bunch of short sales. There's not a bunch of people who are upside down. So you need to focus on direct to seller. Off-market deal is where it's at. That's where you make the biggest spread. You don't have to deal with realtors. You don't have to worry about proof of funds. You don't have to worry about, the seller asking you for a large earnest money deposit, right? You get to control the deal. So let me share with you exactly where I find my leads. Oh, by the way, we closed an estate sales, an estate deal last year and made $150,000 on an estate deal. One deal. Dude, estate deal is a gold mine. They're just hard to get through, right? You got to know what to say to them and all that. And that's where my script come into play. And instead of paying $4.95 for my script, just join the school community. You get it for free. Okay? So let me show you really quick here. So let me share my screen. So this is the software that I use. Okay. Now there's many ways to generate leads from the free way to the pay way. If you got no money, driving for $1 is probably the best options. For me, obviously we don't do that anymore. I'll just go on here. I'll leverage this software. Okay. It's called kingdata.ai. So comment in your city and your states. I'll pull you a list right now. So comment in your city and your states. I'll pull you a list right now that you can literally target today. Your own built custom list. Okay? So comment in your city, in your states. Let's rock and roll, baby. Sergio, you got it, dude. Okay. Sergio is the first one. So once you sign up, your dashboard is going to look very, very like mine. If you have any questions, their contact support is right down here. They're very fast. They get back to you very, very quickly. That's what I like, right? So if you have any issue with their, their software, whatever it is, you reach out to them. They'll get back to you very quickly, okay? You can always upgrade or downgrade. I recommend those of you who are new to go with the basic plan. Try it out, see how you like it first. So we're going to go with Sergio first. Let me build you a list, Sergio. Okay. Fayett. So now all you do is go to property leads. It's very simple, guys. I'm not a high-tech guy. I'm not good with computer. So if I can do this, you can too. You don't have to be high-tech. So I'm just going to put in your city and your states, which is F-A-Y. Oh, man, it's giving me a hard one. F-A-Y. I got to go back because I can't spell. E-T-T, E-T-T. Oh, shit. E-T-T. E-V-I-L-L. And it is North Carolina, NC. Boom. All right, bro. Here we go, dude. Sergio, here you go, dude. And then all you do is once you got that, right, we're going to go and filter. Otherwise, the list is just too big. 84,000 people. Way too much. We're going to get rid of others. We're going to get rid of apartment, townhouse, and condo. Now, before we go into the list, I want to share with you guys something. And I do believe that your thoughts dictate your action, and your action is what produces results. One of my students, his name is Clint. If you watch my other YouTube video, I call him because he wants a business advice, right? Dude, the guy came into my academy, right? Which he paid a lot of money for, into my academy. And dude, on his third days, he's already taking action. And he started in January 27th. And already, dude, he closed 15 freaking deals. I've never seen anything like that. The cat just turned into a freaking beast mode. And his missing link was he needed that mentorship, that coaching, right? So the guy went in, dude, and went beast mode. 15 deals already. And now he's starting to buy and hold. The guy's just a beast. Okay. So what we're going to do, Sergio, is this. We're going to click on absentee owner. Okay. I'm going to build you your list right now. Of absentee owner, obviously, these are people who don't live in the property. It could be vacant or it could be rented. So we're going to go absentee owner. Now the result is 19,000 people. That's still way too much, bro. So we're going to go down here, Sergio. Once again, comment in your city and your state. I'll build you your list right now. And we're going to put in an AI score of 500. So what they do is that the software, they uses AI. And you guys know how crazy AI is. It basically takes 40 years of data. And they know everything about this homeowner, dude. It is insane. It's almost like illegal. So they know your car payment history. They know your mortgage history. They know your payment history. They know your work history. They know your credit score history. They know your spending history. It is insane. So they take all of that and then they will rank you from 0 to 1,000. How likely this person will sell their houses in the next 90 days or sooner? So you get to target them 90 days. It gets on to like pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, divorce, all right? Or tax delinquents. Any issue with them financially, it will tell you, right? And it will rank. So what's it? We usually use 500 because the higher you go, the smaller the list. So in this case, we still got 17,000 people. I'm going to leave it at 500, Sergio. And I'm going to go all the way down here. And then let's go ahead and go with owner type. We don't want business, financial, or government. We want individual. So we click on individual. And then we want this person to own the property. So now, as you can see, it went from 29,000 down to 17, down to 12,000. We're going to make this list even smaller. We want them to own the property at least 10 years or more. Let's see how small the list gets. 3,000. Okay, 3,314 people. Let's make it even smaller. We want all of those people to be out of state. Sergio, now you got your list of 919 people that you can target. That, guess what? They are absentee owner. They don't live in the property. They have a score of 500, desperation or more. They own the property for at least 10 years or more. Okay? And this is the mom and pop individually owned. Now, Sergio, guess what? Any property that is shown on here, you click on it. Before that, you would have to pay 15 cents per property to skip trace. But I work out a deal with this company that if any of you sign up, all their skip tracing will be paid for. So you never have to pay for skip tracing ever again. It is completely free. As long as you have the software, it is free. And let's just say that you drive for $1. You drive around your city and you found a house. You put in the house address right here, and you can skip trace it individually if you wanted to. Never have to pay for skip tracing, dude. That is a cost that you would have to pay. So, for example, before that, for you to skip trace 900 people, it would have cost you right around what? Almost $100. That alone already paid for itself, right? Pay for the software. Never have to worry about it again. So now what you do, Sergio, out of the 900 people, dude, just pick up your phone, call and text them. Call and text them. Look, Gordon, we don't know which one is actually the Gordon that owned the property. So I would call and text and email, if there's an email, both of them, until you find the right one. Okay? You want to run comps? You want to figure out what the property's worth? Boom. Click on comparables. It will show you all the current property that's currently listed. Sold is red. Yellow is pending. Green is active. Now, let's just say we want to get rid of active listing. We don't want to see anything that's active because it doesn't, right? That's not true comps. So we want to get rid of that. We just want, let's say we don't want anything that's pending. We can also get rid of pending. So this is everything that's sold. And let's just say that we want everything within half a mile radius of the property. There you go. Okay? And you can like, hey, let's just say, hey, I want it to be the last 3 month only. There you go. And now let's just say that you think, okay, this one seems right. This one seems comparable. And all you need to do is find 3 comparables. And you just need to, give it a thumbs up. And then you go up here. This is what it tells you. This is the average sell price, which means this is your ARV. This is how much it's sold for per square foot. And the average square foot size of the property is around 2,000. And there you go. You get your comps, boom, just like that. Aaron said this website is fire. It is, dude. It is truly a game changer. You see, I didn't have anything like this when I first started. When I first started my real estate career, do you guys know how much I have to pay just in system and software a month? Over $1,000. Now, all you need is this one software, and it does everything for you. It's also where we find our buyers. Okay? You can also market your wholesale deal on here. And here's another thing that will blow you away, but you might not know. So if I go back to the list, okay? Do you see this right here? I think it was Sergio. Sergio, you see this right here? It's highlighted in blue. And it's currently contact seller. Asking price. This is a wholesale deal. This is a wholesale deal. This is a marketplace where they list their wholesale deal on here to everybody, right? Because they need to find a buyer. So you can click on contact seller, Sergio, and it'll give you all the information to that wholesaler. And you can reach out to that wholesaler and you'll be like, hey, I think I got a buyer that might be interested in this property that you're trying to wholesale. Are you interested in doing a joint venture, which is a JV deal? So if this wholesaler were to make $20,000 off of this deal, you get $10,000, Sergio, just by having access to the software that allows you to connect you with another wholesaler. Okay? Boom, just like that. So there's one deal, there's 2 deals right now that they're trying to wholesale on this place. Okay? There you go. Just like that. Pick up the phone, call, text, and bam. And like I said, all you need, my friend, all you need, Sergio, is one deal every 3 months, bro. And I believe any one of you can do this. You just need the right tools, which is the right software. You need to be able to go on there and get accurate data from the right software, build your own list, and then just put in the work. Call, text, and email. And if you can do it consistently for the next 3 months, dude, it's a numbers game. So out of those 900 people, let's just say that you didn't get a deal. Well, pull another list, a tax delinquent list. You got another 900 people. Let's just say those people don't sell. 1 month goes by, nothing. 2 months go by, nothing. And then on your 3rd month, you pull another list, and all of a sudden you got a deal from that list. How much do you pay for the software? 149 times 3. What is that? 150, 300. Let's just say 500 bucks. You pay $500 for the investment. You close a deal. Let's just say that deal just made you 10,000. Let's just say that deal made you 10,000. It's already paid for itself, my friend, and way, way more. Okay? Roger said, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. He asked that his question is, what are the chances the flipper not doing wholesale? How do you find the one who is not doing it? So listen, man. This is a great question, and I'm going to answer this question. And I think a lot of you have this mindset issue. When I first started my real estate career 4.5 years ago, all I focused on was fix and flip. You need to understand that there are house flipper out there, one, that don't know how to wholesale. Okay, one, they don't know, just like you said. But two, they don't want to learn how to wholesale. Because not everybody wants to go out there, man, and find their own deals. It's not easy. They're too busy on their fix and flip, man. They're too busy running the fix and flip. They're not going to have time to learn how to wholesale and find their own deal. So a lot of the house flipper, they depend on us wholesaler. You know that, right? There are a lot of house flipper that don't know how to find their own deals. That's why wholesaling, man, is the fundamental. When you know how to wholesale, my friend, you are beast mode. You don't depend on anybody because you can find your own deal. And if you want to fix and flip that deal, you can. If you want to hold on to it, you can. And you get them at a steep discount. And this is how I was able to buy that rental that it's worth $500,000 in as is for $400,000. Because I was able to find the deal. I know how to negotiate the deal because I wholesale. Make sense? Once again, there's fix and flipper that don't know how to wholesale, that don't want to find their own deal. Okay? Or maybe they also a house flipper. Maybe they know how to wholesale, but it doesn't mean that they're able to find all the deals, bro. Dude, there's over 100,000 people, right, in my just my county. Do you think that wholesaler can talk to 100,000 and find these 100,000, like find them? No. So which means there are always, dude, there's always money to be made. Make sense? How do you find those flippers? Now, that's a good question. Here's how you find them. So it's the exact same software, okay? So I'm going to pick a new, let's pick, okay, Michael, let's go ahead and pick Chicago, Illinois. So let's just say you got a deal under contract. You'll be like, okay, now where do I find these house flipper? Where do I find them? One, again, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to put in Chicago, Illinois. This is how simple it is. You know that 12 years ago, before I decided to go into a different market, it would take me over a month. I got to analyze the market. I got to start building up my cash buyer list. Got to build up a relationship. Literally with the software, I can pull Sergio, 100 cash buyer. I'm sorry, this is not Sergio. Michael, 100 cash buyer with a few click of a button. Watch this. Once again, Michael, if you don't have access, if you haven't signed up for this software, Michael, you're leaving too much money on the table. Look, there's 2 deals right now. There's 2 deals right now, bro, that's in your area that's currently under contract with another wholesaler. Anything that's highlighted in blue is a wholesale deal that someone posts on this marketplace. You can post your deal on here as well. It only costs you $100, okay? You can post your deal. You just go to your dashboard, you just pay for the cost, and you'll be able to post it. So all you need to do is click on Contact Seller, Michael. It gives you direct access to that wholesaler, and you can start JVing. That's one way. Now, cash buyer. We're going to get rid of everything else that we just did. Okay? Absentee owner, individually owned. Now, guess what? Right here, my friend. 32,000. Dude, that's way too much. All right? 32,000, dude. Cash buyer. 46,000 in Chicago, Illinois. Which means there's 46,000 cash transactions that has happened in the last, I don't know how many years. Hold on a second. The numbers just keep going up. Sorry, my computer's a little bit slow. Okay, my computer's a little bit slow here. Get rid of that. Rid of that. Cash buyer loan. Okay, hold on a second. My computer's a little slow, guys. So hold on a second. So we go down here. Now, when it comes to the list owner types, we don't want individual. Hold on a second. Let me go back. Hold on a second. I'll click on filter. I apologize. Hold on a second, Michael. Let me refresh this really quick because my computer just kind of slowed down for no reason. Chicago, Illinois. Okay. Once again, we're going to go Chicago, Illinois. We're going to click on filter. We don't care about apartments. Okay, townhouse, condos, boom. Now we click on cash buyer. Okay, and then we're going to go down. Now here's the key. We're going to go down here and we will be like, you know what, owner type. We don't want the mom and pop. We want business now, right? We want investor. We want people who buys a lot of houses, right? We don't want the mom and pop who bought a house in cash 30 years ago or 10 years ago, right? So we choose business, okay? And guess what, my friend? There's 9,600 cash buyer that bought property in Chicago, Illinois. Now, obviously, you really want to narrow it down. So typically what you want to do is, okay, is that you want to make sure, so what you really want to do to filter this is that you want to type in the address. So obviously I don't have an address, right? So I took on the whole entire city of Chicago. But what you want to do is you just want to put in the property address right here, and then just click on cash buyer, did exactly what I just do. Click on cash buyer, okay? Click on cash buyer, and then just go down to owner type, click on business, and it should show you anything that is sold within that zip code or within that radius, okay? The address. So when you punch in the address, it's going to make the list a lot smaller. And you're talking about like all you need is a good, honestly, you don't need a massive list. Okay, you don't need a massive list of cash buyer. All you really need is 10 to 20 legit cash buyer that is actively buying. And you're solid. You're solid. So which means they're not just buying one deal, but they're buying 20, 30, 40 deals a year. And you're good. You only need a good 10 to 20 of those. Like even though I have a massive list of cash buyer, but majority of my cash buyer, I would say 10 of them buy 90% of our wholesale deal. Okay? Yes. Victory P, yes, correct. You put in the property address of the property that you just got under contract. And you hit search and bam, it'll give you all the cash buyer within that area, my friend, at your fingertips. And you can obviously, just like everything else, right? You click on the results, you click on the address, it'll give you the owner, right? The email to this, whoever this is that owns the property, right? They'll give you, see, commercial and commercial, their mobile phone number, boom, to this owner, and then all of a sudden you call them up, and then there you go. Oh, I need to add to the screen, right? So all their contact info is just right there at your fingertips. Call them up, pitch them your deal, and see if you can sell for more. That's all it is, okay? I preach each and every single one of you. Now, this is once again, this is another thing that is not for every one of you, but for those of you who wants to work alongside with me and my team, who wants to be a part of my Wholesale to Million Academy. Now, this is actually becoming a student, not just being, school is just a club, right? To network, to mastermind. This is becoming a student working with me and my team, okay, to either help you close your first deal or you want to start doing one deal consistently a month. We have classes 3 to 4 times a week. I love to have you a part. I love to have you as a student. So for those of you, if you're interested, this is taking you, mentoring you by your hand, showing you everything from A to Z. And once again, you got my team and me on there. You got 24/7 support, and we'll show you exactly how to do this and how to close your first deal. If that's something you're interested in, all you need to do is just fill out the application. Go to coachwithkhang.com. Okay? But for those of you who just wants the best place to start, thank you so much for the course and the script. Well, Victory, you must have just joined our school community. Welcome to the club. Let's rock and roll, and let's go get this money. Take care, guys. Bye.